There is a common saying that seems to describe the events of the last year. Turbulent changes do not affect reality on a deeper level other than to cement the status quo. Now, that's not the actual saying, but a fancy way to say it. And the actual saying is, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And home prices are still going up, just like everything else. And that begs the question. Hello, I'm Jeff Moss, and welcome to All the Right Moves. Well, the actual question is always about the future market crash. Isn't the market about to crash? Was a regular question I heard in 2018. And the answer was no, it's not going to crash. And it's still true today. Let's take a look and see what's happening. I think we can all agree prices have gone way up in the last couple of years. And I can also safely state that home prices will not continue to go up at the pace they have been. And the appreciation of home prices is still positive in most markets. And you may see price drops and think that the market is dropping. The truth is, those homes are priced too high, not that the values are dropping. Everyone wants to price higher than their neighbor. Then when there aren't as many buyers, they have to drop their price. There's a difference of opinion of what home prices will do over the next 4 years. Almost every one of them say that the cumulative growth will be positive. The chief economist at Realtor.com, Danielle Hale, says, "We've learned from history that prices can fall. The more important question is if it's going to happen right now. And that's hard to say." And there are a number of markets in the country that, according to Moody's, are overpriced. We can see from this chart that there are no cities in California in the top 25. Even Moody's doesn't conclude that this chart means prices will go down by an equal amount. To be clear, I think they'll go down a little. I just don't think they'll crash. The chief economist at Moody's, Mark Zandi, says, "I expect prices to come down. If you told me 2 years from now prices are 5, 10, 15% below where they are today, where they're peaking, I'd say that sounds about right to me." Zandi adds, "I don't expect a collapse in house prices." Now, he's not predicting a housing crash, anything like we saw 15 years ago. And here's why a crash won't happen. It's the same reason that prices have been driven up in the last 2 years. Supply! We have a shortage of homes. We have more people who need homes than there are homes available. Add to that, the threat of crash exacerbates the problem because builders are afraid to build more homes. And some other reasons why there'll be no crash: foreclosures are currently at an all-time low. Another reason, mortgage debt as a percentage of overall debt is at an almost 40-year low. Another thing, cash-out refinances were popular in the early 2000s and in the last 2 years. However, there was virtually no change in payments from the cash-out this time because rates were so low. And the last one, lending standards are much stronger than before the crash. Yes, housing prices have been nuts in the last 2 years, but that doesn't always mean a crash. Just because we had one in 2008 doesn't mean we will in 2022 or 2023. 2008 was a perfect storm of bad decisions, bad policies, greed, and high prices. It took all of them together to cause a crash, kind of like an airplane crash. Things are much better this time. That means, yes, things will change, but that doesn't mean it'll be the same as 2008. And on that transitional note, that's it for our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on All the Right Moves with Jeff Moss.